welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Hey Nelson, what's going on?
Well, I'm still alive.
You are still alive. Thank you for all the emails of support saying the podcast wasn't out yesterday. I hope Nelson's okay.
Yeah, well, that was good. Did we get any of those emails?
No, not a single person noticed. Well,
actually, Bill did. Bill messaged me.
Okay.
And he assumed there was some technical issue.
It's not a bad assumption, to be fair. It's not a bad assumption. Nelson, we've had a bunch of wonderful guests lately. Mm-hmm. We had the picture of this guy. We had Bill himself on. I can't wait to see what guest you have this week for me.
Yes.
Who have we got?
It's the invisible and silent man.
Oh, he didn't even turn up.
No, he's... Wait, maybe he didn't. Son of a bitch. I paid him $100.
Yes, it's just us two. It's classic Reddit on Reddit, as the fans have been demanding.
But has been fun with Bill and the picture of this guy's and cousin Rowan.
But we've literally called in all of our favours.
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
More tricks up the sleeve.
If you want to come onto the show, right in. But I don't know. Maybe we'll have other people.
Yeah, maybe.
Eventually.
We can't be sure.
Exactly. What's been going on this week, Cambo?
Nothing, man. It's been a boring week, but I did discover a little nugget on the internet I wanted to share.
A chicken nugget?
It's food related.
I don't even know what that was.
And this will, I guess, resonate more with our Australian listeners.
Okay. And people that eat.
And people that eat. Do you remember Shannon Knoll?
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you're aware of what's happening.
Was his song ever famous elsewhere? You know?
He was, for people that don't know who he is, he was the runner-up on the very first Australian Idol. Mm-hmm. And he had a hit, What About Me?
What About Me?
Yeah, copyright, Nelson.
Shit.
But I don't know if you're aware of this, but he's had a bit of a resurgence lately. And he's posting these pictures of food that people are taking and running with. He had one that blew up about a month ago, where he said, I just cooked these fish tacos, can't wait to tuck in. Right. You can imagine people took that and ran.
Well, I don't quite know why.
I'll explain.
Okay.
The latest one, he's just uploaded a picture of brownies that's attracted over 30,000 comments. And he just says, finished product, talk about moist, my goodness, yum.
What?
This brings out the best and worst part of the internet, I think, because what I love about this is that everyone follows the same line.
Okay, yeah.
A couple of highlights from a guy called David. Willing to bet that's not the first moist, warm brownie thing you've nibbled today, Nosy. Just whipping your bench, mate. Hey, while I got you, dishwasher wants to know if I can have the Nissan back that I borrowed off you in 2005. And that's the format of every comment. Make a sexual innuendo, call them something weird, and say that their wife wants something back.
What?
Stone the flamin' cows, you nosy. Bet that's not the first pile of moisties you smashed, you cobber. Nah, mate, just sharpening your crayons. Wait, I got you. Can I get my VHS of the Wiggles back?
What the This is just like the stupidest thing ever.
Wouldn't be the first moist thing you put your lips around your dirty trail lover. Nah, just refilling your toilet paper, mate. Anyway, why I got you. I lent you back in 02 a clothes rack. Just wanted to know if I could get it back. Nosy, you hoon for poon. But that's not the first time you've dropped the clutch up Hot Fudge Highway. Nah, just stretching your finger, mate. Hey, while I got you, old girl is off her lemon spread. It goes on like this.
This is
so long.
Oh my god.
So anyway, I do encourage everyone and anyone to go onto Shannon Knoll's Facebook page Leave a comment if you want. Please do adhere to the strict format.
It's so ridiculously like Aussie.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, I'm more impressed that people can come up with what sounds like a genuine Aussie saying.
Yeah, one of my favorites I
without it
saw was there's someone called him an old rusty chain.
Okay, yeah.
Just kidding, nosy old rusty chain.
I like the one that you just said that was like, no, I'm just sharpening your crayons.
So a large part of my week was going through those comments.
Okay. That's a week well spent.
Thank you.
You've accomplished something.
I think I have, yeah.
Okay.
My parents are not proud.
You come over for dinner, you're like, check this out. Gambo, what have you been doing with your life? Check this out, Mum. I've read some comments online.
Oh, wow.
That's funny. Okay.
And now,
if you've got one, write in.
Now, you normally have to rush the show notes after work, right? But today, you're a little under the weather, so you've taken the whole day off. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming the show notes will reflect a whole day's work rather than just an hour or so.
Well, I mean, would you know either way?
Wow, this is I guess a game.
Okay.
Let's see if I notice.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. Well, let's get into it then. This is Reddit, the first Reddit on Reddit. It's by Captain Geo. Actually, it's not. It's Capt Geo.
Capt Geo. Okay.
I think it was racist of me to assume it was Captain. He wrote, FBI agent loses his gun during dance floor backflip, accidentally shoots bar patron.
Wait, what? Wait. No, I have to get you to repeat it.
Okay. FBI agent.
Yep. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Loses his gun during dance floor backflip.
Yes.
Accidentally shoots bar patron. In the leg, I found out. Okay. Didn't kill. Although that would, it's horrible, but that would be funnier.
Well, the only thing that would make this perfect is if he shot the guy he was.
I know.
Because then you could get up from the backflip and be like, yeah, I meant that.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I think I immediately pictured some sort of, what's the West Side Story?
Right.
Where they're like dancing.
Like he's kind of clicking his way up on the dance floor.
Yeah, that's right. Just some jazz, a bit of bass chili going on. And then, he does backflip and shoots guy. I thought that was so funny.
I want to know, because obviously the FBI, all manner of police work is needed. The point where you have to justify to your boss why you needed to do a backflip in a dance floor situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And how that then resulted to your firearm going off.
Yeah, I know. It would be really tricky to explain as well, wouldn't it? You'd be like, well, look, the kids were dissing me, and I needed to show them a thing or two.
Because you know what it sounds like? It sounds like in a sitcom, sometimes they cut into a conversation at the trail end of the conversation. You're like, what were they ever talking about? And it sounds like someone would be like, and I did a backflip in the dance floor, and that's why I shot the man at the bar. Yeah. You'd be like, what? That's a made-up sentence. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But it...
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I think the thing is as well is when I imagine the FBI, I imagine they're always at a serious crime scene or something.
Right.
because that's normally like, you got your regular cops that do regular cop things.
Right.
So I can imagine them going into a nightclub.
Sure.
At just to do a check on the place, and then a regular officer is like, I'm going to bust out some dance moves while I'm in the club.
What? When in Rome?
Yeah. Get along with the youth, let them know that we're cool too.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I imagine the FBI guy's like rocked up to a crime scene. There's just like a bloodied body on the dance floor, and he's like, "Oh, this is my time to shine." I don't know.
Well, you know what I like to think that maybe it was is obviously the FBI. They follow a lot of leads, right? and maybe he was in an investigation that's led him to the nightclub.
Okay.
And then say you're a perp, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, you tell me where they've kept the kid that's been kidnapped. And he's like, hey man, you want my information? You gotta dance for it.
Okay. And so then he's like, all right, I'll show you. Does a backflip, shoots the guy in the leg. And he's like, oh! He walks up to him.
All right, it's at the warehouse. It's at the warehouse down by the docks.
Yeah, that's right. He walks up to him. He's like, never ask me to dance again. It's so stupid. Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
And I don't have another Read on Reddit. So let's get into Today I Learned. So now it's time for Today I Learned. What's the intro to that? Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by Did It With Your Mum. Today I Learned.
It's a real giggly episode so far,
stupid,
isn't it?
Yeah. Today I learned, in 1985, a private party sold 1.5 million shares of Apple, causing a 12-year low. This helped Steve Jobs in a proposal that Apple oust CEO Gil Amelio, and he become the replacement. It was later revealed that the privately sold 1.5 million shares, over $60 billion today, was sold by Steve Jobs.
What a dirty little dog.
What an asshole.
Oh, he was an asshole. I mean, yeah, he's great and everything.
Yeah.
He's great. Now that I've got that out of the way.
Yeah.
That guy, I don't know. He was a big old prick.
Yeah, he's pretty conniving.
Yeah.
Right.
Great businessman.
Yeah. That's true. But I always like okay, this is like a bit off topic, but in Silicon Valley, the TV show where it's about like startups in Silicon Valley. He's like, you're like Steve, and he goes, Job or Wozniak?
Yeah.
And he doesn't answer, and he's like, because Wozniak knew all the code, and he's like, shut up. It's like Steve Jobs is the better one. But it's pretty brilliant to be a person where you can sort of not have the like expertise or knowledge to create something, but you are just charismatic enough and knowledgeable enough. You talk the talk that you can get other people to do it for you. And like, he obviously still had great ideas, and told other people to do them. But there's a lot of people with great ideas, and it's then hard to just go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, let's do this," or "You do this, and I'll take us places."
And he was like a showman as well. Like he used to have the big keynote presentations every time they released like a new iPod or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was the only guy on stage every time, but he could carry, he was
Yeah, that's true.
But
wearing the turtleneck, I mean, I'm surprised that he did so well on stage. You start off in a downer.
Do you think it was one of those, you hear these stories about CEOs that just have the same set of clothes? Have you heard about this theory?
Yeah.
And Barack Obama apparently was the same, because he was CEO of America for a while.
Okay.
But they just have a set of the same set of clothes.
Yeah.
Or very, very similar. And the idea is that they have to make so many decisions throughout the day that even micro decisions they don't want to kind of weigh themselves down with. So it just eliminates having to think about unnecessary things.
What I think's happened there is this is like a those kids are in high school.
Yeah.
And they got teased because they had poor fashion sense their entire life. All the cool kids are like, idiot. And they're like, oh, nah, I got to think of so much stuff. So, I mean, how hard is it to just have one day where you just choose a few different outfits and that's it, and you go through them. It's not that, and they had so much money. Pay somebody to do that for you.
And that being said, I don't think it's so much a eliminating micro decisions from your day as, I mean, if you open my drawers in my room, it's just black T-shirts.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, they look all right. I'll buy 10 of them.
Yeah.
It's just me being lazy. I'm not having the kind of thought process of a CEO of a multinational corporation. I'm just lazy.
So what you're saying is you're like Steve Jobs.
Yeah. That was the point I was making. And you're my Wozniak.
Do you know what I was annoyed about this also? Is that it's so it's so annoying that Steve Jobs was like, "Oh, I'm in a bit of a rut. I'd like to become the replacement CEO again." I'm assuming this is when he got back into it.
Yeah,
right?
so
Because obviously he was ousted.
He was
first.
ousted, and then he went to India and he found himself, and then he came back.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot of chairs, it sounds like.
But what? Oh, so it sounds a lot of shit. I thought you said chairs. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Okay. But what if, like, that just annoys me that he can be like, "Oh, I've got this problem." And he's not like a regular human being.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll sell 1.5 million shares and get myself into the CEO position." Like, at what point, it's just so crazy that somebody can do that. And okay, he did obviously start Apple in the first place, and that's a pretty good thing. But it just annoys me, and some rich people can just take these shortcuts.
Yeah. And that's like a whole other level of like CEO as well. To be able to like just manipulate companies at your will. I mean, we both know a CEO. And there's no way that he could pull a power move like this.
Yeah, that's true.
No way. They don't have any real control other than like our job.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
They couldn't steer the ship of the company on a whim.
Yeah. In fact, if anything, I think they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, any CEO that I know, I'm like, if I had any dirt on you whatsoever, I
Right.
feel like I could get you to pay me to pretend to work for the company, and that would be our deal. That's a dream of mine.
Just be
I want to
quote unquote consultant.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. I want to blackmail a CEO. And I want it to be something pretty bad, though, right? If you're going to blackmail a CEO,
Yeah.
it can't just be like infidelity or anything.
Right. It needs to be something juicy.
It needs to be something like they've killed a kid or something. You know?
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch it happen. Maybe you hide the body.
Yeah.
I don't
With
know.
them, yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But you take photos along the way.
Obviously.
And you're like, "Oh, this will get out unless you pay me. Don't kill me, though." It could be a flaw in my plan. Really, I mean, if they've killed, they'll probably kill again.
Or like, and the problem is, like, say you've got this murderous CEO, right? He's killed a kid.
Yeah.
And you've taken photos from a distance of him disposing of the body or whatever. And you're like, blackmail. And you send him and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to blackmail you. You got to pay me all this money." And then he's like, "Okay, what account do I transfer that into?" And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
How do I do this?
See, that's why it has to be employment. And I'd be okay with that. Just, they employ me under... No, it's still fine. Yeah, I don't care that they know my identity.
Okay.
Whatever. Do you know what? This is what you need to do.
Okay.
This is what they do in the classic movies where this is the case. They say, "I've got a timer set on a computer.
Right.
And it's going to leak these photos
Yep.
every 24 hours unless I put my fingerprint
Right.
on a device that makes it okay and it doesn't send it out again." And that's how you need to do it.
Right.
But then I'd be worried that I'm just like super lazy. and I'd just forget. And one day the leak, I'd be like, "Oh, whoops.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot
did set a
about
reminder on my
that."
phone, but they expire after a while. Ooh. Then the phone starts ringing. Just kind of ignore it.
Yeah, that's right. Alrighty. I've got another one here for you.
Okay.
This is by Laszlo666.
Bloody Lazzy.
Lazzy. Today I learned there are also versions of The Office in Sweden, Finland, Czech Republic, France, Quebec, Germany, Chile, Israel, and India. India, I think, is in the making, is what they put in brackets. They all sell paper, except for Germany, which sold insurance. So
Yeah, isn't it one of the most remade TV shows? I think.
yeah,
Like in history.
Yeah, ever, definitely.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's because it's such an easy premise.
Well, I thought I did love that idea that I thought was really interesting. The fact that it is so transparent across all countries, that idea of working the office and they're just like an idiot boss and
presumably pretty cheap to make.
Yeah, that's
what do
true,
you rent an office? You know?
Yeah. Okay, that probably definitely has has an impact on
That's
it
what I mean.
being remade.
It's a simple premise. It doesn't cost much to make, and it's easily translatable.
Yeah.
Which was its fluke. Like, they definitely didn't know that creating the show.
Yeah.
They weren't designing the perfect show to be sold internationally or anything.
Yeah, that's right. I kind of want to see all the other shows.
Yeah,
now,
and there are like international versions of some other shows. I think It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has a Russian counterpart.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Like the same thing. Like there's the Russian Charlie and the Russian Dennis, and
Okay. Is it Always Sunny in Czech?
I think it's Moscow.
Moscow. Okay.
I mean, check that because I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's the same title.
Okay. What I thought was interesting, though, about this is, or kind of funny. So, in all the other country versions, they're selling paper, just like in the UK and the US one.
Yep.
But, and the premise, obviously, is that because that's a failing, dying business, and that's kind of what makes part of that show, is the fact that it is dying, and so that's what kind of makes it interesting. You don't get anybody that's super successful, and it's these people that are run down, and it's just a job because it's just a job, and they don't care about the future so much because,
and it makes them the underdog. No one wants to watch a show about a company that's thriving.
Yeah.
That's boring.
Well then, and that's why I found it so funny that the German equivalent sells insurance. And insurance, like, if you would just want to print money, get into insurance. Like, insurance is the easiest thing to get into. And I just thought that it was funny. I don't know. That my stereotypical German person in my head is like, we do not have... Oh, that was almost French.
That's the German, no?
We don't have inefficiency. That's not a German thing. We're not doing paper in this.
The German office will be very efficient.
Yeah, that's right.
There's lots of money in the insurance.
Yeah, that's all I imagined that it happened. They pitched the idea of a paper company. They're like, no. This is not how we do it.
Are you calling the Germans weak?
Yeah.
Ricky, of course you like the paper.
Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant are just sitting next to some
politely
Germans,
nodding.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know.
What if we make it insurance? Then we can show all kinds of hideous things.
Yeah. Alrighty. I'm going to give you another one.
Okay.
Camber,
Yep.
here's a quickie.
Okay.
This is by Ganderon12. Today I learned during a dinner party at Windsor Castle, the Queen danced to ABBA's Dancing Queen, much to the amusement of guests, I'm assuming.
Guest.
Of guests. She had one guest. They were amused. She reportedly said, I always try to dance when this song comes on because I am the Queen and I like to dance. I don't know. I just really like that.
Cool.
I really like that she likes to dance to Dancing Queen. That's all. Okay. That's all I got. Let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
Now, I know we don't do this, Nelson, but for that last Today I Learned, you've got to strike.
Oh, gosh, jeez. So, that's not bad. If this is the first strike I've been, or you've told me about, at
you're
least.
going to get two.
Okay. Not the traditional three. This
halfway there.
Oh, God. There's a lot of pressure on now. Oh, God, I'm not sure about these shower thoughts either, to be honest. Okay, this
and you're all fevered?
Yeah. Okay, this is by Xalin Guo. Someone in the world has your dream job, which they hate going to.
Oh.
That arsehole.
Yeah.
That fucking asshole. He gets to play video games all day, do no reporting whatsoever, go to bed.
Well, do you think, because I would say that one of the dream jobs I think that you and I would both like is something that Hamish and Andy do, which is to travel the world and have fun.
Yeah.
But do you think there's a point where they're like, ugh, got to go to France today?
Yeah, do something witty
Or
there.
do you think they're genuinely like, this is great?
I think...
Our lives are great.
I think you would have bad days.
Yeah.
For sure.
But do you think...
But I think not. It's not a majority.
Yeah. Okay. Think of the absurdity of that situation.
Yeah.
They're like, can you go all around the world
Yeah.
for free
Yeah.
with your best friend?
Yeah.
There's just one condition.
Yeah.
Can you have fun? Also, we'll pay you to do that.
Yeah, that's right. There's no real downfall.
No.
Is there? Well, as far as we know.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. Maybe they have to.
Maybe there's some kind of Weinstein situation behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's right. I'd still do it. But yeah, that's true. I have had, and that's actually a really good example,
Right.
I think, because in fact, on Reddit this week, I was reading something. It was like, what life advice do you not agree with? And somebody said, if you work with what you love, then you've never work a day in life.
If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, I phrased that poorly, but thank you. That was the correct version.
Well, I mean, that was almost strike two, but go on.
Yeah, oh, jeez. God, I'm so on edge right now. Next week I'm gonna have like streamers and sparklers and stuff, just in case I see you getting bored. light one of the sparklers and just hold it, wave it around a little bit. Okay, but yeah, and he said because. Or she said, because once you start doing what you love for work, it becomes a chore, and then you don't really love it anymore.
Yeah, that's why we hate podcasting.
So yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. So much podcasting. But I think that is why what you said is such a good idea. Traveling around, filming a little bit of stuff, recording a little bit of stuff, because that's not necessarily, what I love, my passion completely. Right. I like movies and video games and TV shows. I'm very electronically media dependent. I've decided.
So yeah, well we both are.
But but if those sort of things became my life, I joked about playing video games all day. But I actually imagine that if that was my job, I would probably end up hating it and just being like, I don't want to do this. In fact, I knew, I knew a game tester.
Yeah. That was the example I was about to bring up.
Okay, yeah. So he was trying to get into the industry, and it's like super hard to get into video games.
Right.
And so he did like a, programming course at university, and the first job you can basically get is a Q&A tester.
Right.
And so he would get on, play this racing car game, and then record when something went wrong. Like a bug happened.
Yep.
But he had to play this game for like months.
Right.
And every day just do the same thing.
Yeah.
And especially I could imagine... I don't like racing games because you just go around in a circle a lot of times. Same reason why I don't like watching it. Yeah. But so I can imagine that just being such a boring thing, and you'd end up hating your life so much by just running around. And and I've heard similar stories about games that aren't necessarily racing, but you're a character, and they're like, okay, you need to test just everything, just do crazy stuff. Yeah. So you have to like run into walls and things that just are boring, like you don't want to do, but they sort of need somebody to kind of test these things just to make sure that it's okay before they release it.
And like it's true of everything. Like the dream job, I guess there is no dream job. You dream to death. But my point is, like, say
that's strike one, Cam.
Yeah, I know. Say you
have an existential crisis.
But say you like I love movies, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, your job is you're going to watch every movie and you're going to let us know what you think of it and stuff like that. Which sounds great. And my job is a little bit like that. I watch a lot of movies, right?
Yeah.
And what people don't take into consideration is with video games and with movies, there's a lot that are really bad that you just don't watch.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh crap, I'm not going to watch it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you have to play every video game, or if you have to watch every movie, just go through the back catalogue of Netflix. Yeah. There's some trash on there.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Because it's not all, Marvel. It's not, you know.
Exactly.
Listen, oh boy.
I
saw one of
went
the
through.
worst movies the other day, Nelson. I can't even talk about it.
Okay,
It's so
tell me
bad.
about it.
I can't. Like, legally,
okay.
I can't.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, there's a movie coming out eventually
Yep.
that Cambo hates.
Yep.
Know that much.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Okay. When it comes out, you can legally say, right? Okay. We'll wait for that day. Yeah, well, I've been doing that. I told you this week I was watching, I decided that I had rewatched way too many movies, way too many TV shows.
Yeah.
So I was going to try and just watch movies that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, you started well and then made very questionable choices for number 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's right. I saw Suicide Squad and
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. Oh, it's just so terrible films. Oh my god. Anyway, that wasn't the question. It's just really bad. Okay. Here is another one. It's by Silent Walrus 92. That 70s show premiered August 1998, 28 years after 1970. If a hypothetical That 90s show were to air with the same offset, it would premiere 2 months from now.
Ooh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
That's really weird. But
Oh.
it made me think more so
Yeah.
that the 70s was really weird. Right?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like such a strange time period.
Yeah.
That because the 70s show looks like, you know, it was just a crazy the sort of style that
Yeah.
was around.
Yeah.
The
Do you
like
remember the
hippie,
show-
that super hippie vibe. Lots
Yeah.
of drugs going on.
Lots of like tie-dye and stuff like that.
Yeah. That sort of thing. But to me, the 90s had none of that sort of... The 90s just wasn't really that interesting.
Let me just... I don't think that 70s show is maybe the most realistic depiction. That's like the romanticized 70s.
No, but that's true. But Okay. Envision the same for the 90s.
I am. I'm picturing like bright colors, a lot of zigzags, a lot of like slap bands, and like the fashion. Have you ever watched the opening to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah.
Is so 90s. Like
Yeah.
high top haircuts, zigzag patterns, big baggy pants.
Yeah. I don't know. I suppose so. But to me, like, even then, it feels like pretty early 90s.
Oh,
I
yeah.
reckon you get into just like... I reckon from like mid-90s, maybe a little bit later to... now, it just seems like the same sort of time period.
No, see, I think that you're not disconnecting yourself enough.
I know that is a valid argument, right? But I still think even then, I just don't think it's like... The 70s just seems like a weird spot in time.
Well,
even before that, I reckon it just seems they kind of merge together and they do have these differences, but the 70s is just like this super weird period of time where everybody was just a bit wacky, everything was like super colorful and people were doing a lot of drugs, and then it kind of went back to sort of normal style a bit, you know?
Do you remember the short-lived spin-off That 80s show?
No.
It only lasted one season. I don't think it even lasted a full season.
Yeah.
But it actually starred Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Right.
Before he was on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, he was like the main star. His main breakout was That 80s show.
Okay, right.
But again, maybe you're right, because there wasn't enough.
I'm always right, Camber. Take that strike away from me.
Maybe there wasn't enough in it because everyone's like, why do I give a shit about this? You know?
Yeah.
But also, I mean, that 70s show could kind of be set anywhere. I think people just enjoyed the characters.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It was the writing style as well.
Let me pull out the only fact I know about that 70s show, Nelson.
Okay.
And I'll unfold it here.
Okay.
Do you know that it wasn't originally called That 70s Show? It was called Teenage Wasteland.
Yeah.
And when they were testing it. But when they tested it for all these test audiences, because they weren't really sure about the title, they didn't put a title card.
Yeah.
And when people were referring to it, because it didn't have a title, they were like, I really like That 70s Show.
Yeah.
And that's eventually how it got its name.
I still am confused about that a little bit, because normally you have I just don't get... to me, the test audience is like, you show them something, then afterwards you're like, what do you think?
Yeah.
And they're like, that 70s
Well, okay.
show's great. It was like, yeah, well, you were watching...
No, okay, so they didn't
They
just
watch a few in a
Yeah,
row,
yeah.
and then they say that's... Okay, that's...
They didn't just watch that 70s show. They watched a bunch of pilots.
Okay.
Because the network's like, we've got, like 12 pilots. We're going to show you all the pilots. Let us know what you liked. And people were like, I really like that 70s show.
Okay. That's... All I was looking for was a logical explanation, and I'm glad that you gave it to me. Anyway, the 70s was a crazy period of time, Cambo.
Yeah.
Wish I could go back to that time period. Okay, this is another one. It's by Stuff and Things, YTP.
Okay.
You've seen more of the moon than you'll ever see of the Earth. Thinking about giving myself another strike foul. That's pretty boring.
Because I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean...
Okay, but how about...
I can't tell the difference in the moon.
Do you reckon I reckon if you're at a plane, you have a check... Because you only see one side of the moon, right?
Yeah.
And it's smaller.
Yeah.
So you would only have to see less than half the world. And
Getting out my strike book.
looking out the window of a plane,
Yeah.
could you see more than half the world?
I don't think so. It's
Looking at the horizon?
You need to be real high. It's real big.
Yeah, but like
And this
depending on where you... Like if you just travel a lot...
Yeah.
And you're always looking out the window...
Yeah, you're always...
You've got a pretty broad view.
Sure. Or astronauts.
Or astronauts. Yeah,
Right.
good one.
Like, this doesn't work for anyone on the
Let's
space station.
keep thinking of people that can see more parts of the world. That's all I got.
Okay. I'm going to declare
Okay,
this
no, wait, but
segment-
how about this? They recently, in fact, it's been going on for a while. Richard Branson has been coming up with space travel.
Yep.
And presumably you can see half the world. But what do you think about that?
What do I think about space travel?
About doing the... No, it's like a tourism
To go around the
space
world.
travel.
Yeah. I think it's great.
yeah.
Like, if they can actually do it, and if it's not just for the 1%, I think it's great.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably for the 1%. Let's be honest. It's probably going to be really super expensive. In fact, I think people have already bought tickets, and they've over $1 million or whatever.
Virgin Galactic is the branch.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Though there's always the Space X equivalent that has been proposed, but far further behind.
Yeah. Would you? Because I think it's just. I could be wrong, but I think it's just
you're
up
never
and,
wrong.
I think it's up and down, right? I don't think you go around, do you?
I don't know.
I think.
Why do you think I would know this?
I know because you said they go around the world, and I was bringing.
You're right. I think I was just using that as an expression.
Okay.
Of like travel.
Okay.
When people are like,
okay.
geez, I've traveled around the world, they don't normally mean like literally all the way around the world.
I know, but I mean, in this context, you could literally travel around the world. So it was more important. The details more important. Anyway, but I thought it was a pretty interesting thing, and I feel like I would definitely love to do it. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But
we'll podcast up there.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
But I also think it would be super scary.
Yeah.
Because
well, you're in a tin can in space.
yeah, well, exactly. And the I'm not well versed in these things.
You surprise me.
But I know, but the the mathematics that they have to get spot on, and the amount of things that can't go wrong just in getting out of orbit is phenomenal.
Yeah. Like proper maths. Like maths with like brackets in it.
Whoa! I know. Yeah.
Maths that has letters.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah. And numbers.
What? Because otherwise it's just the alphabet. Yeah. That's words. We know words.
Actually, maybe I could do that. Yeah, but, I just think a plane, it feels like, an engine can fail here and there. You're still sort of gliding. Yeah. There's you got something.
Yeah. No one's ever died from a plane crash.
Exactly. Name one. But because could you imagine you get trajected out of orbit?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, this is cool. And then you just keep going.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we can't get you back.
Yeah.
Which is famously what happened to Laika the dog.
Right.
First dog in space.
Yeah.
They shut her up, then they're like, oh. And the poor dog just floated on.
Wait, did it... Is that exactly what...
I mean, no,
like they intended.
knew, yeah.
It's not like they shut it up there and they're like, oh, shit.
I should have explained. I was being facetious
Okay.
for the sake of comedy.
Good.
They knew it wasn't coming back.
I like the idea that they like, deploy the parachute. This is not how that works.
Can you imagine the guy on the panel and he's like, oh, we've got liftoff, sir. Blake is out in orbit. She's a good little girl. Oh, great. How are you getting her back?
How do you what? This is somebody's dog, man. Yeah, that's true. But that would just be super scary.
Oh, it'd be terrifying.
Do you know what I'd do if that was the case? I would try to, because I feel like you go like, oh, well, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And we might be able to stay in here for a little while, but eventually, we're just going to die. I feel like the first thing I'd do is just cut off the power. So there's no, heat or anything. And it just slowly freeze to death. I feel like that's going to be the best way. All I'm saying is, if you get caught out in space...
Okay.
And you're like, I'm going to die anyway, I think turn off the power, flick the switch, break the switch off.
Right.
Nobody can turn it back on.
Okay.
Because you don't want to, resort to cannibalism or something.
Are you imagining that in this ship there's a light switch that does that?
Probably. How do you think astronauts work a spaceship?
Switches and a steering wheel.
Obviously, switches. No steering. Don't be an idiot.
It's a joystick.
God. All right. All right. Yeah, let's move into Ask Reddit.
For God's sake.
Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Happy Tailburn. What conspiracy theory, if proven true without a shadow of a doubt, would cause the most chaos in less than 24 hours?
Ooh.
Why does it have to be a time period?
Yeah.
What would cause the most chaos? Let's just go with that.
Which conspiracy theory? Tupac's not dead. Because then
I think some people are like, okay. I mean, I think
of all the gang war, Nelson.
No, I think more people would be if you're talking about people not dead. I think Elvis would be far more, interesting.
Yeah, okay, Whitey.
He'd be pretty old, right?
Elvis. Yeah, he'd probably be dead naturally.
Exactly. That's why I think it'd be so
Guys, he didn't
impressive.
die. He is dead now.
Yeah.
So, not the biggest reveal. Elvis is still dead, but he wasn't dead when you thought he was.
Thought so.
And then the world plummets into chaos.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Should we go through a few and just think of?
Okay, I'm gonna go big. Maybe the Roswell incident.
Okay. Yep. Aliens
Confirming extraterrestrial life. I imagine there'd be a huge subsection of the world that wouldn't be okay with that.
Okay.
And they would bunker down. There'd be people saying, you got to treat extraterrestrials reasonably, and people saying no, they're invading, and even though they're not, the conspiracy is it crashed and there's been no other visitation.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that confirmation of something bigger than you in the universe would send a lot of people spiraling.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. But I mean, yeah, okay, that's true. Because there's lots of different alien conspiracy theories as well. Because there's even just the idea that aliens are running the world.
Yeah.
And that's if that one was true, then I'd be wondering who you are.
Okay, so let's go to the biggies.
Or the Illuminati is the other one. So Illuminati, people controlling the world, a group of high class people controlling the world.
Yep.
I don't know if that'd really bother me that much. I would need to know what they've impacted.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? The world's probably fine.
Right.
Without them existing, I don't think that I would be rich and famous, for example.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'd probably be in the same space.
So what you would need to know is, it's fine that they're secretly in charge or whatever, but has that in some way hindered you?
Yeah.
And if it hasn't, play on.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I don't care.
Okay, let's
Do
go.
you do you.
Let's go controversial in the world of conspiracies. 9/11 inside job,
Oh, that's a good one.
because that could really
That is a good one.
destabilize. That's not a word.
It's
Destabilize.
We knew what you meant. No, let's go with distable.
Okay, it can really destabilize a lot in like the Middle East that were invaded for got no reason.
Well, yeah. Although it's so tricky, right? Because if it came out now, would you be like, oh, well, that was the Bush government?
Yeah, that was the 90s. Remember that? Yeah. Boy, what a different time that was. And they'd be like, I don't feel it was that different.
Yeah, it was kind of. I mean, the 70s was weird. Yeah, because maybe there would just be this.
And
rush.
yes, I'm aware it was 2001. Amanda, don't tell me I got it wrong.
But it was probably take more than a year to plant.
Yeah.
More than 2 years to plant. So
Presumably.
still 90s. Okay. Loophole. Yeah, because you would think that obviously if it happened at the time, then you'd think the world, literally like Americans,
Yeah.
allies would be like, nope, you took this too far.
Yeah.
You like tried to do something crazy, and so
You tried to have it all.
yeah, and so you'd reckon that they would just be like, everyone would just cease trading with the US. There'd be,
There'd probably be a lot of backs turned.
yeah. I reckon like America would actually just be on the brink of nothing because that's how bad the outcome would be.
Yeah.
Like they would just have new government by now for sure.
Yeah.
I reckon, they would just be, it would be the worst. But then if it's like today, I reckon it just sort of, as bad as it sounds, I reckon it just sort of get pushed under the rug.
Yeah, people are probably like, ugh, Trump. And they're like, no, this is a different guy. Like, yeah, classic Trump.
Yeah. That's true.
Probably just shoulder the blame for that. And you'd be like, oh, what are you going to do? It was me.
There would be this thing that comes out without a shadow of a doubt. 9/11 was an inside job, and Trump would tweet out, "No, it wasn't," and then that's all you'd ever hear about it.
Yeah.
You're like, well, he said it wasn't, and that's good enough for me. Okay. Any other good ones?
Not good ones.
Well, none are really good. I mean, there's the moon.
That's true.
There's the moon landing, but that's kind of boring.
What's that going to affect?
How about flat Earth?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that would
be crazy. Actually, that'd be really good.
Because then we could see most of the Earth if we just went up high enough. We could see it all in one go.
I would be the thing I would be most confused about is why NASA tried to cover it up. Like, but what we don't
Imagine
really
that. Like
care.
an angry mob storms in, kicks down the door. It's like the head of NASA, and they're like, "We know it's flat. Just tell." Sorry, listeners, we've triggered my Google Home.
I don't even know if you're going to be able to hear this, but
maybe that shows that we're onto something.
Oh, Siri's listening in.
So imagine like they kick down the door, head of NASA, and like, look, we know the Earth is flat. Mm-hmm. Why did you lie to us? Why did you say it was round? And I just imagine him flustered going, I don't know. I don't know.
We just panicked one day.
My boss came up with it. And I just kept it going. I don't know. We saw a lot of merchandise.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Like they created a globe before they had just officially confirmed it. That's where most of their money comes from, is selling globes. Maybe that's it. It's like, why would... I'd say I just almost got very annoyed at flat earthers because
we don't have
so many reasons why. Oh god. Anywho, I've got another one.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
believe it or not.
You seem surprised at that.
I just forgot that was the first I was created. Okay. This is by Constanza Bonanza. What are you a little ashamed to admit that you like?
This is hard because I don't have that much shame. Actually, no. You know what? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a show on YouTube that I watch all the time.
Yeah.
Called The Weekender. and it's a home renovation show.
Yeah, yeah.
Where this girl named Monica Mangan, who I think is great, and I
Okay.
follow on Instagram,
Okay.
goes into a house.
This
of
goes pretty deep.
of a nice, like, Midwestern couple.
Yeah.
And she makes over a room in their house in a weekend.
Yeah.
And it's complete and utter, nonsense, filler, nothing fluff.
Yeah.
But I really like it.
Okay, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. Shame on you.
Oh, man.
No, do you know what I hate actually about this is that that I feel like when you reach a certain age, you just shouldn't feel shame for anything you like.
No, like what you like.
And
like it at the level you like it.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, I read more comics than you. Mm-hmm. Who cares?
Nerd.
But like if you're like, oh, I don't know who that is, I'm not like, oh my god, you're not a comic book movie fan. You're an idiot. Who cares? You like it at the level you like it. I like it at the level I like it.
Yeah.
And it's both fine, and we're both wrong.
Yeah. Because I just think so. Because mine probably is.
Yeah.
Actually, D&D.
Right.
But to certain people, it's fine to admit. But even for a while when I started to get into D&D, and I was talking to my family, and it'd be like, "Oh, what'd you do on the weekend?" And I would just refuse to admit that I was playing D&D.
I did drugs.
Yeah. Good. Keep doing drugs. Just don't do anything that's fantasy related. But I just, especially the more I get into it and the more I think about how it's so stupid that I'm shameful for, something that I enjoy and I like. I think it doesn't really matter. But, I think it's a real good point to get to in your life. Right, and obviously I'm not perfect because I did it with D&D not even that long ago.
Right.
But in general, I feel more confident about things that I like, and I'm less shameful for just liking them.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, we watched Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
We did. That was a great show.
It was a great show. We are actually the key demographic. I don't know. There's just things that I think I just think it's good. I want to tell the younger generation that you get to that point anyway, so just get to it now, because you'll probably end up with, a ton more friends that are relevant to the things that you like. Yeah. Because if people just admitted all this crap that they like, it's like video games has kind of had that shift in society in general. Right? Where it's not as shameful. Even when I was younger, it was kind of like, don't really mention that you play video games. Yeah. When I was like quite a bit younger, because I feel like the shift has been for a while.
Comics are a little bit the same.
Yeah, that's right.
They weren't cool for a long time.
Yeah. Well, they're still not cool if you read them.
Yeah,
obviously,
true,
if you
actually.
see the movie.
That's very true.
I blame the comic book guy on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
He didn't do very well for that demographic of people. I don't know. It's a very liberating experience. And when you're just okay with what you like. And I love D&D, damn it!
Also, if you're ever bored, check out The Weekender on YouTube.
Yeah, do that. I mean, it's pretty,
not you, Nelson. You'll hate it.
Okay, good. And it's okay to hate things.
It's fine.
Like flat earthers. What are they? God, idiots.
We don't have time.
Okay. All right, that's it for Ask Reddit Campo.
Jeez, bloody flew by.
It did.
The banter on this show. Top notch.
Okay, this is... we're now doing the questions to make you like us.
Ugh.
Do we need backstory? Not really.
No.
Let's just do it. Question 20. What gifts did you receive last Christmas? Which we've spoken about on the show around Christmas time.
Yeah, I don't remember I don't think I got anything, did I?
You doubled up on the Secret Santa gifts.
Oh, you're talking about the Reddit ones. Oh, yeah.
Well, just... Okay. I mean, that is a gift from Christmas.
Yeah. I mean... I think it came in like March.
Yeah. Well, I got a Christmas gift like 2 years after the Christmas that I was meant to get a gift for. So,
what did I get? I don't remember. I got a book and a voucher and a thing.
Oh, you still got that voucher?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
like adrenaline voucher or something.
Yeah. We have to use it.
We should use that.
Yeah.
We should use that.
Chocolate hamper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, chocolate hamper. I can't remember what I
Or
got.
something else.
Oh, I got a pop vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
I got pop vinyl and puzzles. It
Yeah.
was the worst Christmas ever.
I may. So Chris is all about the material goods.
Yeah.
And I think I brought myself AirPods.
No,
That was a
pretty
good gift.
That's a good gift.
Because I wanted them.
Yeah. Good.
Segment over. Good, all right.
Yeah. Only another 16 of those to go.
Oh.
What are we going to do with our lives after those questions are over, Cambo?
Be happier.
Okay.
The show
Can
will
we
be...
we'll just sit on the podcast for like 5 minutes and just be happy.
Yeah.
Just think about how we don't have to do the questions anymore. All right. Now we can move to the AMA.
Yeah.
The Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Yep.
And we'll answer it on the show. That's how good we are with that stuff.
That's the oath we made to that demon.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, that's true. If we don't, our souls are lost forever.
Yes. Beelzebub will be very upset.
Yeah.
I got one here from Vanessa.
Okay.
It says, "Hey guys, I saw this online and thought it would be a good one for you. I don't presume to know us, Vanessa. All right." Well, that's quite good, actually.
Don't shame her for liking us.
Which
Very rare, especially women. I need more of them to like me.
which would you pick? Being world class attractive, a genius, or famous for doing something great?
I think you needed. There was no pause between which would you pick and which would you pick?
Which would you pick? Being world class attractive, a genius, or famous for doing something great?
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Look, honestly, and I'm going to explain because it's going to sound like vanity, but I would pick attractive because geniuses don't get anything.
Yeah. Genius is by far the worst.
Yeah.
In that.
I mean, I work in social media and I see all the free stuff that attractive people get just for being attractive. This guy just emailed this company and was like, "I'm an attractive guy. A lot of people follow me. Can I have tickets to a premiere?" And they were like, "Sure. We want to see you there because you're quite attractive." Like, that's probably where you're going to get the most, which is very, very sad.
Okay.
Because you would think, name someone that's famous for doing something great.
Was Steve Jobs. We did speak about him earlier. He
Yeah,
did something great. It's pretty famous.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking more...
And he's rich.
The guy that landed the plane on the Hudson.
Okay. Well, I guess there's different levels
Right.
of fame and great things.
Because he did something quite great, right?
Yeah.
But chances are he could walk in anywhere and no one would recognize him and he just gets treated like he normally does.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But if he was to say, "My name is Sully," I think his name was.
Yeah.
"I'm Sully," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah."
Okay. Yeah,
But
true.
it's being attractive.
Even like Neil Armstrong, right? Walking on the moon.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, cool. What does that get you?
Yeah,
What does that get you in life?
Exactly. So
He's probably not getting free
think
stuff.
for
He probably gets free cheese. That's what I imagine.
Sure.
I imagine there'd be cheese companies lined up saying, "Hey, Neil, can you post on your Instagram that you found this cheese on
what?
the moon?"
Can I do what?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he sounds like that anymore, either, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. He just sounds like dead silence.
Yeah. No, I can value the being attractive.
I'm talking
gets you-
if you want gain, which we do.
obviously.
Sadly, the being world class attractive would probably get you the most.
That's true. Yeah, and I think.
That being said, okay.
Do you know what?
Let's think
Sorry,
about this more.
I just remembered something that I was going to say before, and I was using Bumble, which is like Tinder, and on there was a girl that I matched with, and as soon as we matched, I was like, "She is far too attractive for me." Right? I know my limits. Okay. And so first I thought, this is like a bot or something, she's going to try and sell my kidneys or something. But I read her bio and she said, I don't use this very much. You can PM me on here. And it was her Instagram account. And I thought, this is a genius way to get a ton of Instagram followers.
Yeah.
So that then you can get free stuff
Yeah.
from... So I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, it's pretty
I was
savvy.
actually more attracted to her because of her smarts. So obviously I followed her on Instagram.
But let's
And then
think.
PM'd her and said, hey, can we go out for a drink sometime?
But let's think about this logically. If you pick genius, look at Elon Musk. He is a genius, but that also lends itself to him being able to make a lot of money. So maybe genius is the way to go.
And he's done great things.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's okay.
He's
Yeah.
it's not ugly.
It's not like world-class attractiveness, but, he's fine. Okay.
He's no Channing Tatum.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, wait. Okay, so now here's the thing. Who's the most attractive person that's a genius and has also done... I reckon I got one that's pretty good.
Okay.
Emma Watson. Watson.
Yeah. Would you call her a genius?
She's pretty smart.
She's smart, but like genius is kind of like next level, right?
I don't know.
I think she qualifies too. She's world class attractive and she's done great things. I don't know
Okay.
if she's a genius.
I reckon she'd be pretty significantly smarter than your average. But okay, maybe
Smarter than us, Nelson.
Technically, no, we're well below average.
You got that strike against you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think maybe. I don't know. Well, okay, maybe not genius. Whatever.
No.
It's still pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
I want to be Emma Watson. So I'm saying. Okay, this is good. Good one.
You've got one, Nelson.
Almost archived the email. Okay, this one's by Damien. Okay, guys, we heard what your celebrity crushes are, but which celebrity do you think is the most lame or you dislike the most? Cheers, Damien.
Most lame I dislike the most. Probably.
And can I rule out anybody that's been involved in controversy recently for sexual allegations in the
Harvey
whole...
Weinstein.
That's boring.
Yeah.
That's boring.
And I think we should even maybe rule out Justin Bieber as like a given. Everyone hates him.
Yeah, that's true. I think he's gotten better over the years, but yeah.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. We love him.
Oh, yeah.
Mine is Jared Leto.
Okay. Yeah.
He just seemed like a dick. Like he just.
I love it. And the thing is,
You don't know why.
I don't think. Yeah, I need an explanation. And
you saw Suicide Squad. You get it.
well, it's like I don't know why it is, but for some reason I disagree. But I don't know enough about him to make that judgment. But I'm like, I can see that. I can see him as being the worst.
I've seen a couple of interviews, and I honestly think that he has like a god complex.
Okay, yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's like, I am brilliant.
Yeah. Well, see, in the same vein, although maybe we should rule out this one as well, but I think Kanye.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
But
And
he's maybe too obvious.
Here's the thing about Kanye, and I get into arguments about this with people, right?
Yeah.
Because people like Kanye he's nuts and he's really arrogant, but his music's so good.
Yeah.
It's not good enough for him to be that bad.
I know. It's not even... I don't think it's even close to being good enough.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Like, his music's pretty good.
I can bob my head to it.
Yeah.
But music is so much... It should be so much more than that now. There's it's so easy to produce and create music. There are brilliant, musicians out there in the world.
That aren't fucking nuts.
That aren't nuts. Oh my God. You could go down to, a bar or a club... Probably not a club. A bar with live music in your local city, and I guarantee you find a musician that's better than Kanye.
But I can take the arrogance if sometimes it's backed up, right? There's a comic book author called Alan Moore, right? And he's a fucking nutbag, right?
Yeah.
And he hates everything he ever writes, and he disowns. He wrote Watchmen and whatever. He's like, I hate him. They're commercial rubbish and whatever. And he always talks about how he's a genius and how no one can adapt his work because it's too whatever, right? And you're like, this guy sounds like a dick. And then you read one of his books, you're like, oh, that is good, though. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're like, oh, this is real good, though. Yeah, he's got a point.
Yeah.
But Kanye doesn't back it up that way. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm a musical genius, whatever. And then you listen to his music, you're like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. And I think it could definitely just be a case of, you know, he's been sort of bred into this world, where again it's just people around you always tell you you're the best, and whatever
definitely.
you think or do or say is the correct thing, and you are the god to, you know, the universe, and eventually you got to just be like, you know what, that's probably true, and, and enough people have told me, and I think that's probably true.
Your head can probably take it for 10 years.
Yeah, that's right.
And after 10 years of people constantly telling you, you're like, all right.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, okay. I agree too now, I guess. Yeah. I would love to have that confidence, though, at the same time. I think that would be great. If I just thought I was the best person in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that enough we talked about? Is there anybody else that you can think of? Do you know what I think?
What?
Keanu Reeves. God, what a jerk.
I know.
I hate that
Famously a real mean man.
Yeah.
And ugly, too.
Do you know what I wouldn't be surprised of? Is if Keanu Reeves was actually the worst person in the world. But he just hides it by all these really good things he does.
Here's a real controversial one, is Tom Cruise.
Oh, that's a good one.
So a lot of people don't like Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Understandable. He's not
Crazy.
quite a human.
He's pretty crazy. Yeah.
But, you know, like, I got to see a little bit of the new Mission Impossible the other day. And it's crazy cool. Like, it looks great. And I love that he kind of puts his neck on the line and whatever, and like does these crazy stunts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was watching some behind the scenes. There was 2 different behind the scenes things.
Yeah.
One was about a halo jump, which is like jumping out of a plane, it's like skydiving.
Yeah.
But like crazy skydiving. And one was about the helicopter stunts.
Yeah.
And they both were essentially just propaganda for Tom Cruise.
Okay.
So it's the stunt team being like, well, you know, normally people should have to do a halo jump, they have to do a certain amount of jumps, but Tom Cruise, he was better than everyone. He was teaching the halo jumps by the end. And then the other one's like, oh yeah, he's normally you have to have a certain amount of hours before you're a professional pilot, but Tom's the most skilled pilot I've ever seen. Like, it's just weird propaganda for Tom. Look them up. Look for Mission Impossible Fallout stunts behind the scenes.
Okay.
And just listen to the crazy godlike aura that Tom Cruise seems to produce.
Do you reckon?
He's
okay,
real short.
this is the thing. Do you reckon those guys are Scientologists?
Possibly.
Because I reckon you just defend your own, right? They're meant to talk him up a bit.
Maybe.
That's why I have the problem with Tom Cruise mainly. Is because Scientology is so stupid that it's like...
And it's mean. Like, it's a really cruel religion that punishes a lot of people.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Was that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay.
No, we end the show now.
I've done this too much. Okay. Thank you for writing in, Damien and Vanessa. We appreciate it. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com.
Yep.
At Facebook and Twitter and our subreddit. It's all READIT podcast. And if you would also like to write into us, your Aussie, but not really Aussie quote. I think that'd be
right. Yeah,
that'd be great.
What you would call Shannon Knoll? That's what we want to know.
What you would call Shannon Knoll? Flaming bag of snakes.
That's not bad.
It's all right.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
If I said that with more conviction,
Yeah.
I think that.
Nosy, a flaming bag of snakes. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It passes the Aussie twang test.
Yeah.
Or what celebrity you hate for no reason?
Yeah.
Or podcaster?
Nah.
Maybe it's Nelson.
Don't do that. Don't do that, man. They'll write back with us. Which is weird because you listen.
Also, since you've made it this far and you haven't stopped,
Okay.
do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe.
Yep.
Rate us on whatever.
Yeah, we don't care. Rate us on Yelp.
Okay. And that's it.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. We will read you later.